The Liberty men's volleyball team recently finished one of the program's best seasons that was highlighted with the team finishing third in the nation. Now the Flames return for the new season with a new head coach looking to have another top 5 national showing.
And sitting down with me today is the head coach, or should I say the new head coach of men's volleyball, Kaleb VanDePerre. Kaleb, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks for having me.
And Kaleb, let's talk a little bit about now you taking over the reins from Brian Rigg and what led you to want to be the new men's volleyball coach.
Yeah, I think I used to coach indoor. It's kind of where I got my coaching start when I moved to Lynchburg, coached club, and then kind of fell in love with the beach side of things and have been really pursuing coaching at any capacity the last couple of years. So when this position came available, I was pretty close with Brian through the years of us working together from beach to indoor, and just had an inkling of a challenge, I guess, to get back in the gym, to get a little more creative. I really enjoy working in the sand, but also I think being with a little more structure with the league will be awesome, and kind of get back in around the guys just to see what they're able to do, get a little more creative, and again, just kind of take on the challenge is something that we preach to our athletes, and I think the excitement of getting back in the gym was really appealing.
And yeah, talk a little bit about now transitioning your mindset from sand to indoor, and talk a little bit about, obviously you usually have 2 players competing at one time when they're out playing in the sand. Now you're going to be having 6 guys out on the court.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I think the team dynamic is a lot more alive in the indoor side. So 6 guys on the court, guys on the bench, a next man up mentality. We're going to have a lot of different parts and a lot of different people ability to play in different spots, where the sand is pretty, like, you can switch from the left to the right, but there's no subs, and it's kind of you and your partner versus the world. So I'm excited to get back in that big team atmosphere. I think for the guys it's really good, right? It's going to teach us a lot of accountability, making sure that, like, we're doing our job, and whatever our job is, we're going to do it to the best of our ability to see the whole unit succeed. And I think that's just going to be an awesome development for them to kind of grow from. We've got a pretty young team, so to watch them continue to grow into who they're going to be as men of the world in the coming years. So I'm super excited about that.
And with your team getting ready for the season, I know you had to do a little bit of behind-the-scenes stuff, especially since you got hired a little bit after the midpoint of the summer. But yeah, talk a little bit about, obviously, what's been like trying to get some last-minute recruits in, and even the recruiting for the season, and then even more so the schedule for the upcoming year. Yeah,
so there was a lot kind of at once, which was somewhat overwhelming, but we've got huge support here at Club Sports, which was awesome. So the first thing I did was reach out to the guys who were on the roster who I figured were coming back this year, introduced myself, and kind of reached out, had a few phone conversations because not many of them were around on campus. So after I talked to all the returners, kind of figure out, like, meet them, introduce myself, talk a little bit. The next kind of steps were talking to the incoming freshmen who Brian had signed from last year, planning tryouts and trying to throw a schedule together for the fall, which worked out really well. A lot of the teams that we have relationships with were super willing to work with us. So we've got a great fall schedule planned, and we've ordered all the team gear. We've got new jerseys coming in. So there's kind of this new era rolling through in the men's volleyball world.
And speaking of new era, obviously now heading into the new season, let's talk a little bit about, obviously, the goals that you want to set out for your first year. I know the goals are probably high. You want to be able to win the national championship. But yeah, what are some of the goals you're hoping to be able to achieve, not only on the court with this team, but even off the court?
Yeah, so I think on the court, you're exactly right. National championship is the goal. I think the team finished third last year, and we did lose some guys, but I think that there were a really strong core of young players with a lot of experience. So hoping they can learn from the older guys that they had last year and kind of develop themselves into that. So we're not changing our sights because we're a young team. I think that winning nationals is still a very realistic thing. Off the court, I think that we're going to do a ton of team building. Again, we're going to have a ton of freshmen and sophomores. I think just one junior that we know of and no seniors. So that group that has just graduated played together for 4 years and had gone through so many different things together. And I think that will be a big focus of ours. just bonding, getting to know each other, and know that like that family feel is just deeper than, hey, we're on the team, but like we've got to have a lot of shared experiences. We're going to dive into a team Bible study, and we're planning a missions trip with the beach and indoor teams, trying to go to Brazil at the end of this school year, which I think will be this big culminating, like after the season, we get to go and really live out what we're all about here at Liberty and what we're going to preach to the guys every day. So just excited to see kind of the growth that they go through, and again, all of the wins are great, and we're not shy about saying we want to win, but there's a lot deeper stuff that we're going to get into as well.
Well, Kaleb, we're excited to see how things go for you, not only in the fall semester in your preseason, but then when things get going, especially when you kick things off with a midnight game. But thanks again for sitting down with us, and good luck this year.
Thanks, Pat.